children by their husband and father. The father purchased a rifle used in
Hey everyone, welcome to ScreenSpeak. My name is Jack, and today I'm going to talk about one of the strangest stories in recent gaming history. Well, sort of recent. It's an older story, but it's still seeing developments today, which I for one think is a good thing, and hopefully by the end of this video you will too. Basically, this video will try to summarize the events that led up to the announcement of a game called Silent Hills, and the events that came after its cancellation. In a much more condensed sense, this is Silent Hills, before and after. Chances are, if you clicked on this video, you remember August 12th, 2014. This day, now almost 4 years ago, is the day a certain mysterious game was released onto the PlayStation Store. The game, called PT, was first announced at Gamescom as a teaser for an upcoming game. Of course, there wasn't a lot of big speculation at the start, since the world was tricked into thinking a never-before-heard-of company called 7780 Studios had created it. The game became instantly popular for a couple of reasons, one of which was, of course, it was terrifying. But also because of its ending, which came as a surprise to just about everyone. If you were to complete the puzzle set across the seemingly infinite looping hallways, you would be granted this cinematic. Boom. A new Silent Hill. Hills. Whatever. Point is, this created an unbelievable amount of hype as internet theorists went crazy over trying to decipher as much as they could from PT and the trailer at its conclusion. I remember watching a new theory video every couple of days and getting my mind blown with excitement whenever someone would discover some new hint towards what was really going on. If you look back at old videos from the game's original release, you'll see that a lot of people were likely hot on the trail of Silent Hill's story, but of course nothing was ever confirmed. If you don't know much about what was found in the looping hallway, I'll leave a link here to this fantastic video done by The Great Debate. They lay out almost everything gamers discovered about PT in a very interesting way. You should definitely check it out. But anyways, the hype surrounding Silent Hills continued to grow for me, especially when that super creepy cinematic teaser dropped. Like when that huge hand comes from the back of the hall and all the doors start flying, and then bam, that one door flies across the hall and becomes a new doorway, and everything I saw for Silent Hills got me more excited. And then tragedy struck. Well, at least we still have PT. Hideo Kojima and Konami had apparently been going through a rough breakup, like rough enough to take Hideo's logo and name off of the Metal Gear website. Eventually, information was leaked to the public that Konami and Kojima had been going through a power struggle, and that the company had decided to drastically change its structure, and the failure of Silent Hills to continue being made was just a loss caused by the divergence. Now, during the pre-development days of Silent Hill, Hideo must have spent quite a bit of time with the game's star Norman Reedus and co-director Guillermo del Toro. Even with the game's cancellation, this trio would not be swept under the rug so easily. Word spread of a forthcoming collaboration between the team that suffered the most from Silent Hill's cancellation, and at E3 2016, we got it. Death Stranding. The game was announced as an action game alongside a trailer that showed anything but. Of course, this brought up speculation again, as nobody could tell anything from the teaser. Gameplay, story, release date, nothing was revealed. Now, 2 years and 3 trailers later, we still know almost nothing about Death Stranding. We've seen Daryl from The Walking Dead walk around with some packages and maybe whip out a gun for a second, but besides that, we don't know much about Death Stranding. Now, there have been tons of speculative videos uploaded, each showing off some great ideas, but almost nothing is solid yet. I'll leave a couple links in the description for theory videos I enjoyed or agreed with in regards to Death Stranding. But before you check those out, I've got one more thing to mention. Even with Hideo and Del Toro and Reedus going on to work on the bigger and better, there are plenty of people who can't seem to let PT go. I myself never had the chance to play it, so I've been investigating ways of getting it back since it was removed. And it wasn't until very recently I discovered that a creator by the name of Keemstar had been developing a full remake of the game for PC. I followed his efforts for a while until once again tragedy struck. Keemstar's remake of PT made it to version 0.9.2 before Konami noticed it. A spokesperson for the developer reached out to Keemstar and let him know that, yes, he would have to cease production of the game and remove it from the internet. Of course, once again, the community was enraged at the studio, claiming that their spiteful moves toward Kojima were childish and not business-centered as they had claimed. As I watched these events unfold, I realized that there really was something special about PT. This teaser had such an appeal that it inspired countless fan creations, including a fantastic live-action recreation, and even a few fan-crafted successors. As soon as PT was taken down, spiritual successors were popping up everywhere. Every gaming news channel talked about the next PT, or the successor to PT, or the Silent Hills we never got. The one I believe that received the most attention was, of course, Allison Road, which was eventually canceled as well. Twice. It seemed that the essence of PT and Silent Hills would never be recreated or captured again. Well, almost. Recently I saw a trailer for a game called Visage. After I looked back at a couple old clips of it, I realized that I did remember watching an early gameplay video back in 2016. And I remembered seeing people chat about it in the comments, talking about how it will be a successor to PT. Now, this game has not been canceled, but at the time of this video's upload, the team hasn't updated their page for a few months. If this game ends up getting canceled, I'll be totally convinced that PT was a cursed game and no one should ever touch it, recreate it, or maybe even play it. Wait, maybe Konami's saving us from something. So maybe any project attempting to replicate what PT did is doomed, but hey, if this game comes out and the curse is lifted, maybe we'll get that sense of closure we've been missing since Silent Hills was originally canceled. I mean, we'll see. Consider me hopeful. Here's looking at you, Internet.